On to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to the extra time segment for Everton 1, Brentford 0. We're going to look back on a absolutely priceless Everton win that gets us out of the drop zone and just really lifts the mood around the place, and it'll lift the moods of Terry and Owen who are joining me here. So we'll get straight into it. I'll go to you first on this one, Terry. That was a game of two halves if ever there was one, and I know we got the result in the end, but my God, it was chalk and cheese, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, first off, started 100 miles an hour. Get a little bit of a gift from Brentford, some real poor defending in the first minute, but some quick thinking from our players. Good pass through from Iwobi. I actually at first thought Decore had lingered too long on the ball, but he found McNeil. McNeil, it's been. I feel like this has been coming for a while, not because he keeps shooting and missing, but I just thought he's gonna get the opportunity at some point to unleash on his left foot, and it's gonna fly in. That was it. So 35 seconds, and we're at 1-0 up. A goal from open play. Bloody hell, couldn't believe it. And we're off to a flyer. But that wasn't the end of it. With the first half, we really took the game to Brentford. We were playing on the front foot. We could have had a few goals. Like their keeper kept them in at times. Obviously, had the goal rules out for going in off the chest.
Unless don't worry, we'll be talking about that one.
Yeah, unless VAR have got some angle that we didn't see. The reverse angle where it's looking through the net, it gets him on the upper, pectoral, basically. And I think it's because he motions his shoulder towards it in that split second. I think VAR have decided that he's motioned with his arm, but it hasn't hit his arm, or at least for my money it hasn't. And I'm glad it didn't cost us, because I think it's a poor decision. I think if we hadn't scored already, we'd have had that given. I think it was just a case of, well, they're already one up, so we're going to rule it out. And it's just selective refereeing again, if you'd ask me, because. Yeah.
You're talking about motions and whatnot, Terry, but to be honest with you, the only motion that's led to that goal being disallowed is that Tamari Gray pulled an Everton shirt on and not a Man United one.
Well, probably, but thankfully it hasn't cost us. We go in at half time, looking good, looking value for the lead. Probably could have been further up with a little bit more luck. And then obviously second half, I'll steal Owen's thunder a little bit. He described it in our group chat as a Dyche brutalist football. We basically shut the game down and defended for the rest of the game, more or less. And that's some going, that to score on 35 seconds and still win 1-0 against a very, very good team, which Brentford are. Smart players, some very good physical players, and one of the best strikers in the league. Whether he likes it better or not is immaterial. But yeah, good results, good performance built on the Nottingham Forest performance, where I feel like we should have got more than we got. And yeah, nothing. One of those games where if we do stay up, you'll look back on and go, those are the games that got us over the line. The horrible weather, the unattractive match in the second half, the unsexy performances where you just do what needs to be done. So, very happy with the performance and the result.
I think you'll find what I said was we'd been playing some quite loose, vibey stuff under Dyche, I feel, at times since he's been here. I don't think people said we've been pragmatic. I would love them to actually see pragmatic. But I think what you got in the second half there, in the pissing down rain, the Goodison on a Saturday 3 o'clock, was just full scale, full throttle Dyche. It was brutal, and it's that first half. I thought we played some really good football. I thought we should have been 3 or 4 up, and Brentford are a really good team, but I thought they let themselves down first 45 minutes in terms of their adaptation to the game. But we took full advantage of it and we bullied them. They were a lot better in the second half, and it was a different type of performance for us. Instead of putting loads of nice moves together, what kept us in the second half was a good shape, a good energy, a good desire to stop the ball going in the net. And Let's be honest, they had some real good moments and good chances, and they were always going to. They haven't lost in 12 games. They haven't lost since the start of October, and now we're in March. They'd only lost 4 games all season. They're a hard team to beat, and we, in my opinion, deserve to beat them because we should have been 3-0 up at half time, but we don't quite take our chances. And again, I don't quite know what handball is anymore because there's not an angle I've seen that suggests it hits his hand. But lucky it didn't cost us, or that'll be the topic of conversation tonight. And we don't want it to be refereeing performances, but again, another referee who's failed to control the flow of the game for me. I thought his general kind of like 50-50.
I thought.
Yeah, he weren't as bad as the fella for the Villa game the other week, but
Not
it
that
was
bad,
a
but
pretty,
takes some doing.
but it was a pretty poor refereeing performance for me. But I was really pleased with the sort of character. I thought the two centre halves were excellent second half. I thought first half they could both go a bit ran ragged at times, but they would just put long balls over the top. But when we got deeper second half and they were sort of chipping them into us, they both set the stall out really early and won everything. Ben Godfrey, I thought, was excellent in terms of closing down. The two wingers worked so hard, and the three in midfield were really good. I think Garner goes from a 9 to a 3 at the moment. It just seems to be now kind of like
No
in
middle
between.
ground is the big
We
Ghana.
want him to start getting sevens. And I thought Damari Gray was excellent up front. I think there's a limitation to that type of striker, but we utilised it very well. I think there's a lot. I think we've got a very effective style with him in terms of he'll take players on and he gets us up the pitch. I kind of like in a weird way, kind of sort of liked what Neil Maupay was doing without getting towards their box. But Damari Gray, I was wrong on that. He has to play, and I think he gets us up the pitch, and he's more likely to score a goal. And he saw how hard he was working at the end, running to close their goalkeeper's short set to take a short one. Work so hard, and let's be honest, they're a very good team, but they're a very unconventional team as well. I think Sean Dyche spoke in the week about how they're not fussed about brands or styles of play or anything like that. They just go to win the game, and they played plenty of long balls. They got it out wide into the box. It was brutal. I was thinking this is a real throwback for what was having to defend this.
Yeah, Brentford for me, he mixed it up well. I think
What? Sorry.
they're a good like mixed bag. I think Brentford.
Oh yeah.
They don't, like you say, they don't stick to a bit like what I think, to be honest, we've been a bit like that since Types took over. And
Yeah.
I like that horses for courses. Just so if it calls for the pretty stuff, do it. If it calls for whipping it in, just do it.
I
Well,
was pretty pleased in the week out. Well, after the game, I was speaking to someone who looks into the sort of numerical side of the game and looking for patterns, and he basically said Brentford are what Brentford are Burnley with a bit more of an eye on the European market. And I thought, do you know what? They're getting loads of praise doing what they're doing. It must mean Dyche and the team were doing something right for the 9.5 years there. And so I've got full time for the manager, Thomas Frank, the fans, the play. I thought they're a good bunch now. I hope they get Europe because they deserve it for how hard they worked, and they gave us a lot to deal with.
what did Dyche say about Frank? He said he's not a brandist.
Yeah, a non-brandist.
A non-brandist, which basically is double speak for calling him an ally. He's
and
not
then
into
and then with me, that's not the favourite bit. The reporter says, "So what did you learn about Thomas Frank in this kind of meeting in the terms of his style of play?" When, trust me, it wasn't that kind of meeting. You're on the end. You're on the nail all day.
I'm not gonna lie, I think
they were just literally sitting in some beer garden slagging possession perverts off somewhere, and I just loved it. But yeah, I've got a lot of time for them, and they certainly give us a lot to think about because they have so many strings to the bow. the long throws give me the bloody jitters as well.
Wasn't that like
But
basically, he might as well have sat there and said, "Yeah, he ate all these XG nonsense as well," and we sat and had a few scoops. Basically said that in double speak, didn't he? I'm delirious from winning. Swear to God.
I don't know. Remember the last time I was happier after winning on Saturday, because there was like a big marker in the season for me. I'm taking every game as it comes now, and I think I've always thought since Dyche come in, we'll do it. But it's been testing sometimes in terms of twists of fate and that. It's
We've
so
seen
tight down there.
He's seen that form table, which has us sixth since Dyche came in, and he's played Arsenal twice and gone away to Liverpool. It's not bad, that.
No, if we analyse the games individually, so we're looking a home to Arsenal and away to Arsenal twice, the best team in the league. Away to Anfield, which is you just cross off anyway, unless you've got Ancelotti's eyebrow in your you've got Aston Villa at home, who are very well organised and doing Emery. You've got these at home, Brentford, do a good side. Forest at home, who have got the Midas touch of their own ground and they haven't lost there since September. It's only really Leeds who was like the big winnable game. And we've managed to get 3 wins when we're in the draw. No attackers coming.
Yeah, played all of them, bar one, without a proper striker. And we weakened the team. We were the only. Everyone else is stronger, and we were weaker on paper because we sold a player and everyone else bought players. So
I don't think we could orchestrate a 7 games, to be honest. We've done really, really well.
Considering, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. Like when Dyche was appointed, like I was saying on the show, I think it was the 3 of us, and I was saying I'm still not confident we'd stay up, but if anyone's going to give us a chance, it was him. And that, I mean, I'm still not 100% that we will, but
I'm still there.
Giving us hope.
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm not penciling us in for definitely staying up because a lot can happen, and you never know, and it's really tight. But if he doesn't do it, I don't think a different manager would have done it. Absolutely not in these circumstances.
I would say he was our only hope.
Yeah, and considering he's gone in, the team's lost a player, it hasn't brought anyone in, and it was trying to, and the fans weren't happy with the board, still not happy, and the board's trying to smear the supporters, to try and turn them against each other and all that. And he's just come in and he's calmed things down, and he's got the team organised and gone, can't score this team, there's no goal in the team. He's gone, right, well we're gonna focus on set pieces then. Like Calvert-Lewin, we're not rushing him back. We're just going to let him build up his fitness. And if Michael Keane, you all think he's shite. I still think he's shite, but we're going to bring him in.
And I still think he's shite.
But he played well. The 2 of them. I didn't have a great first half, but I've got to hold my hands up. They were good in the second half. I'm still in the church of Cody, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what Sean Dyche thinks, and he's brought him in, and he seems to be sticking with him. He's made the big calls, and hopefully continue. And it's still not like you can't completely relax yet because we've come out the relegation zone, but the wrong set of results, so we can go back in it. But he said the second he came in, the only table that counts is the one at the end, so don't worry about it until then. And just as I say, if he doesn't keep us up, no one else was going to in the circumstances, because he is the best man for the job. And I think he's proved that. A lot of the people who didn't want him, the doubters, his style of play, I actually don't think we've been as defensive. I think we've been a lot more front foot than I expected in most of the games. It's just we haven't got a striker.
It's given me a Connery watching some of the football we've been playing.
I think we talk about that swing between Lampard and Dyche, and Lampard's more attacking and Dyche is more defensive. I don't think that's the case. It's Lampard's just clueless and Dyche is more cohesive.
I mean, no matter what we think, Johnny the Nick from 3-4-5 football 3-4-5 doesn't know how we're going to cope with this brutal football going forward. So we might as well make it our peace with it now. Johnny the Nick, or someone reply to Johnny the Shit.
If he'll keep us up, bin him at the end of the season and bring Lampard back.
Oh, I think I'd jump up top of the top
So I
balcony
don't,
if
because
that
some
happened.
Geordie fellas said that, so it must be true. Geordies know all about managers. They love Rafa Benitez, so they must
I
do.
know.
They know the stuff up there on the time, don't they?
He must have loved his brutalist football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're in a good spot at the moment, and we can just only hope that we keep ebbing away with these results. I think 99% of the people who didn't want them have said they've been pleasantly surprised, and the people who did want them, nothing that's happened any surprise to anyone. So only positives from me.
Absolutely, only positive.
Except that Seamus Coleman shot that led to them having a 4v3.
Oh, John Joe,
It's Monday
gave
night
me
now,
John
I'm
Joe
still not
Kenny
over that.
PTSD. That
I don't. I'm normally quite calm in the match, but I flipped when he did that because I saw them have about 4 players on the halfway line. I thought, you fucking idiot.
Most experienced player in the team as well. Just kind of
He
counts
played
that.
brilliantly, though. I will say that.
Yeah,
Apart
he
from
had
that,
a good game, yeah.
but he just had a moment of madness there.
let's hope we cut them out. Anyway,
We'll finish
all
on a
good.
high there anyway. Like you say, the playing style might have surprised some people, but I'll tell you what, all I cared about when he came in was being pleasantly surprised by the results, and that's what matters. I'm happy with the results so far, given what we've been up against. I think he's done well. No, long
Yeah.
may it continue. Just, I just wish the season was over now. We could just stay
On
for a
to
season.
Chelsea.
Oh, for
Yeah.
God's sake, why? Oh, yeah, we're on to Chelsea anyway. We'll leave it at that. Everton 1, Brentford 0. Let us know your opinion. Get your comments coming in on the game. Give this video a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in on the Toffee Blues.